Hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick review on Binbou Gami, episode 11. This one I think was called Who? Who? You know, like, whatever. I just want to briefly mention that there's another Shingeki no Kyojin review. Don't be fooled. That review is in a collaboration review that I did with, McWhirlpool Inc. Go check out his shit. He's pretty damn good. But yeah, anyway, this episode of Binbou Gami, episode 11, it was a very fan service up the wazoo. You got that little dog and Bobby. They're singing this fan service song. Oh my god, at the beginning of the episode. It was just so ridiculous and so stupid. But yeah, that's basically what happened there. Then we go to, before we get into Sakura, you know, Ichiko coming into her apartment and saying she's sweaty and everything, we have a scene where the supervisor of momoji is basically telling her, listen, you've been there for a month and you still haven't taken away her fortune. If you don't anytime soon, and she says, next time we talk, if you still haven't, I'm taking you back and giving you a harsh whipping or lashing or punishment, she says. And she's like, she's serious. So, obviously Momoji now knows that she needs to do something because she'll fail her mission if she doesn't do something real quick. Then we get, like I said, Sakura. She comes in to take a bath. And she finds out, when she goes into the bathroom, she hears these voices of Momoji. And there's this disgusting, oh my god, this disgusting thing. I don't think you could recognize it as it's a god. It's a god of decay. And she's like saying, Momoji's like saying, oh, I lost all my money for buying all these different gadgets. Now I have to sell my body. And I'm like, what? So what ends on happening is trying to get Momoji, Ichiko to service this thing, and she's like, "Get the hell out of here!" And kicks her out and kind of. And you got this look on Momoji's face to suggest that, you know, things are cooking, and then she's like, Ichiko doesn't even deal with this situation anymore. She says, "Get the hell out." She decides to leave and go and use someone else's bath. She goes to Ranmaru, thinking, oh, she's got a bath. She's like, oh, sure, you can use my bath as soon as my father's done using it. There's no bath. You know what it is? It's a freaking, oh my god, it's a freaking oil drum. It's a drum. Him in the drum with water in it and a fire. And it's like, and she looks at her like, never mind. I'm leaving. And she leaves. She's going to go use a public bath, and Ranmaru wants to go with her. That's when we get Momoji, and she's like, she's got an evil scheme, evil smile on her face, so you know what that means. She's scheming something. So yeah, this was really just a fan service episode. This was just like, oh my god. Like, give me a freaking break. Like I said before, I believe this one was called Who. And they bump into Keita and his family, and that was just not only Keita and his family, but Bobby the priest and that stupid freaking dog. Well, Bobby the priest and the dog was there too. So they all go into the bathroom basically, and hilarity ensues. You know, it's just continuously crazy shit going down. Bobby and the dog are trying to sneak a peek. You know, that whole bit, and Ranmaru was like, oh, he's right behind this wall! She's getting a nosebleed and shit. It was just so freaking funny. And what happened was, I think it was Keita's oldest sister. She gets pissed off at Sakura. Why are you beating up on that dog? And the dog transforms into you. She's like totally surprised. The oldest sister of Keita couldn't believe what was going on. And then we have And then we have also the cat, the kitty, the kitty cat that Ichiko has, turns into a cat person, cat girl. And then the entire time, oh my god, Kata's like, come and see the girl who can turn into a cat, and come and see the dog who turns into a human. Cat girl. This is so funny. They go into the bath, and there's an interesting scene with Momoji does show up at the bath. I might as well tell you that, guys. They tell you this, you guys, right off the bat. She shows up and she attempts to use this. She has this sponge that's one of her misfortune gadgets. What it is it's really rough, and if you rub you rub that on someone's body, it'll steal their fortune away. So Ranmaru tells Ichiko, but it's too late, and she attempts to rub it on her, and instead she rubs the dog. And they both kick the dog, like, kick the hell out of him. And that's when, I believe it's, Momoji, she decides to leave. She gets the hell out of Dodge. And just zaniness is going on in this episode. Just complete zaniness. And that's when, though, the kitty cat that Momoji has, grabs Momoji. I mean, not Momoji has. I mean, Ichigo has. The kitty cat Ichigo has grabs Momoji by the leg and gets her in there. And what happens is they give Momoji a bath. Now, unfortunately, what occurs after giving her a bath is she shrinks. And I don't mean that as an understatement. I really do mean that. She shrinks. She shrinks. She's like, after they put her in the water, she put soap on her, she shrinks to this little tiny person, and they bring her back to normal, and well, she's in the water. Then there's a scene with the dog. Dog gets his ass handed to him by Kata, because, oh, you were peeking on my little sisters. It beats the shit out of him. Then after that, we have this interesting conversation when the sisters leave, his little sisters leave, and his brothers leave. An interesting conversation between him and Bobby, and they're talking about, oh, man with blood in their veins, want to peep on girls, or interested in girls. He's like, I am interested in girls. And that's when Bobby says the wrong thing about Ranmaru. Window says the wrong thing. He says, oh, no, not her. She's flat-chested. And she's just muscles. And she has no femininity or women in her at all. And then she just lets it loose, Ranmaru, and just kicks the fucking wall down. And kicks Bobby right in the face. And that's when, again, this interesting thing. And then Ranmaru did that. Keita's right there, so he sees you. And she's like, oh, burst! And she falls down on Bobby. But after seeing that, Keita's like, I remember what grandmother told you, and everything. And he's basically saying pi 1.4 or something. And while he's leaning on the wall, it crumbles. And there's Ichiko. She's right there, and he sees her. And I'm like... And the funny thing was, that wasn't the funny part of this episode, though. The really funny part was when you looked inside Ichiko's mind, and he says, you have all these little tiny Ichikos saying, what should we do? What should we do? Come on! Like, ideas. One person says, act embarrassed. And everyone else, kick his ass! Like, I don't know what we can do. Then what happens is Keita grabs her, turns her around, and kneels her down in the bath. So he didn't want to see her naked at all. It was like embarrassing. And then he walks away, and I think he says sorry to her and leaves. And what happens after that? They walk out, and I think it's Keita's oldest sister the oldest of the youngest sisters, asks him, "Oh, Nei-chan, Ni-chan, well, what happened? Oni-chan, what happened? Everything." And he's like depressed, and she wants to say something about Ichiko, Sakura, and he says, "Don't say that name ever again. Not that I can't. Don't say that name right now." And they just walk away. And while they're walking past, Momoji, dressed in Ichiko's clothes, walks in the other direction. Now, I think what happened was when they soaped, Momoji and put her in the bath, her personality changed. Because now she's got really long hair and everything, and she's acting totally different from what she was. Now, after that, Ichiko realizes her clothes were took, and she doesn't know what she's going to do. And then after that scene in the bathhouse, we go to Momoji, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't really want to use." She's talking to her teddy bear thing, and saying, "I really didn't want to use this, but it leaves me no choice. I have to use it now." So on and so forth, and then that's where the scene ends there. Then we go back to the school, and Ichiko, Ranmaru, and Keita are all wearing masks on their heads. Moji's got this those things you wear when you don't want to expose your cough, and sunglasses, and then Ranmaru's wearing a wrestler's mask. Oh my god, that was so funny. I was laughing my ass off when I saw that. And then Keita walks by. He's got a bag over his head. I'm like, come on. And then, but when Ichiko comes into the classroom, and she sits down, she's like, "Oh, that's bullshit. I'm not. This is ridiculous. Let me take this crap off." And then, after everyone's sitting down, getting ready for a class, that's when Momoji walks in. And she looks totally different. And she's like, "You know who I am?" She's like, "Who are you?" That's why the whole episode was about, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And she's like, "It's me. We got a misfortune." And she's like, "What?" And that's how the episode ends. So, I think there's only 2 more. Now, I should let everyone know, next week is the final episodes of Campione and XL World. Oh. So yeah. But yeah, I think Binbou Gami is going to have 2 more episodes at least, I think. And then that's going to be into that. So, this is a trend with these shows for the seasonal. They're all like, they don't go crazy with the amount of episodes. It's like 12, 13 episodes. I mean, there's only a few that will go the long route of being 24 to 25 episodes long. XL World, Sword Art Online. I mean, that's it. It's like kind of ridiculous. But anyway, nevertheless, that's what happened. This was a bullshit episode, which is just zaniness. Complete fan service craziness going down. So, I guess I'll give this a 3.5 out of 5. It was pretty damn good considering. And we now know that Momoji's gonna be, she's got to do something. She's not playing around anymore. She's got to do something. She's got to really pursue Sakura Ichiko right now, because if she doesn't, she's gonna get a harsh punishment. You know the story. But yeah, this has been a good show, like the others have. But the thing about it is, with an anime series that comes out with a seasonal, and this summer especially, majority of them, I feel that they have been good, but like, for example, Arcana Familia. I wish that it was different. I wish they would bring something more. They would close it in a better way. And I hope I'm wrong about kind of. I hope that it does end in a good way, because I don't want to have to say, "Oh shit, this is bullshit now," you know. But this show should end in a good way, along with the others. So, yeah. And that's all I got for you guys. Binbou Gami God. This was a funny episode. Fan service. They're like, "Oh, you see your boobs?" You know, the whole thing of fan service up the wazoo. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys from Bonkai 922. And I'll catch you guys later.